You were talking about your dog. I thought it was the name of that colored man that I've been seeing in the halls.
Which color was that?
Thick molasses, with a broad nose. Perfect.
Frank! Who talked to you? No.
Hope you find him. Love that dog.
You don't love anything.
I threw my neighbor Simon's dog into the trash chute because it kept peeing in the hallway. I suffer from severe obsessive-compulsive disorder and deeply despise physical contact with others. I can't even step on cracks on the ground. When I get home, I lock the door 5 times in a row. I never reuse gloves, and my cabinet is filled with bars of soap. I use each bar only once before throwing it away. But everything changed after I threw that dog away. The cleaner found the dog and returned it, telling Simon I was the one who did it. Furious, he banged on my door. Interrupted in the middle of writing, I opened the door and immediately yelled at him before slamming it shut. Just as I tried to get back to work, the knocking started again. This time, Frank grabbed me as soon as I opened the door. He spread his arms and stepped closer. I didn't want to touch him, so I kept shouting for help. Luckily, he didn't harm me. Just warned me never to bother Simon again or touch his dog. I backed down, but only because of Frank. At the diner, I walked gloomily toward a couple and forced them to leave, then sat down contentedly. I've long treated that spot as my own. The server, Carol, came over and warned me she'd kick me out if it happened again. Her words didn't anger me. She's the only server willing to serve me. I can even handle occasional contact with her. I went on ordering as usual, but something she said set me off.
You're gonna die soon with that diet, you know that.
Oh, we're all gonna die soon. I will, you will, and it sure sounds like your son will.
Her son has been seriously ill for years, and I suddenly realized I'd spoken out of line. For once, I shut my mouth and endured her anger. Back home, I noticed Simon's place had been robbed. I called the police for him. He was taken to the hospital, and his dog was left with no one to care for it. When Frank went around asking neighbors for help, I laughed loudly from the side. But then he suddenly pushed the dog into my apartment, telling me to make up for what I had done.
You want to say no to me? You want to say no to me?
Just like that, my private space was invaded. Back then, I didn't yet know this little dog would change my life.